So, welcome everybody to our winter solstice practice. The winter solstice, or the longest night of the year, falls anytime between December the 21st or 22nd in the Northern Hemisphere. So, this year it's on Friday, the 22nd of December at precisely 3:27 a.m. And it occurs when either of the Earth's poles reaches its maximum tilt away from the Sun. It's also commonly called midwinter, the shortest day, or the longest night. So, since ancient times, people all over the world have recognised this important astronomical occurrence and celebrated the subsequent return of the sun in a variety of different ways. And some ancient monuments are actually built to perfectly frame the sunrise on the solstices. And these old solstice traditions have influenced our modern holidays we celebrate now, such as Christmas and Hanukkah. So I want to work with the symbolic theme of the sun returning, or you might think of that as light or energy or vibrancy or a fresh start. And growth returning even in the darkest times, as well as validating and acknowledging the year that's been as part of our growth ready for the coming year. So the themes, the key words of this practice are victory, empowerment, power reclaim, and reasserting strong, healthy boundaries. So this is going to be a really nice, relaxing, yummy practice. So taking now a position that's very comfortable for you today, either sitting or lying down. And let's let our bodies and minds know that we have arrived into our practice. So let's place the hands, if we're comfortable to, somewhere on the lower torso. And what I'd like you to intuit is a place that invites comfort and reassurance, but also feels to you like your personal center of gravity, power, your core and place of grounding. So intuitively place your hands here if that feels comfortable for you, or you can just imagine and visualize that area in the lower torso. Where do I feel I hold my personal power, my core, my strengths? And once you've decided on that and be happy with where you've decided, you can always move the hands. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day, all week, all year, and bring it into the hands. So bringing that deep breath all the way to the belly. Feel the chest and collarbones rise as the lungs fill. And sigh that breath out through the mouth with an audible sigh if you're comfortable to. And let's try that again, taking another deep, long breath into the hands at the belly, allowing the rest of the lungs to fill. And when the lungs are full to your capacity, sigh that breath out. And take one more of those. Breathing in through the nose and sighing that breath out through the mouth. And notice as the breath returns to you here. And perhaps the breath is naturally returning at its strongest point to the place below the hands, in the lower torso. And perhaps we can bring the breath consciously to the hands and establish our own pace and rhythm. And again, you may just want to adjust the hand placement. so that where you are encouraging the breath to feels like a place for you of personal power as well as comfort and reassurance. Your core, your place of balance. And establish your own pace and rhythm of breath. And it may take a few rounds before the body will allow you to take deeper and longer breaths into the lower belly. And that's okay. You may have had a really stressful day, week, year. And you can stay with the pace and rhythm that is naturally forming for you here. Or you can allow the body to take on a more energizing breath. So, what does that mean for you? If you wanted to invite more energy into the body now, what intuitively happens? It might be a long, slow breath in and a shorter breath out. What works for you? You can play around with that. See what makes you feel more energized if that's what you need to invite to today's practice. But perhaps you need more grounding and relaxation. So see if you can adjust the breath to make it work for you, or just stay with your own natural pace and rhythm. And all of us are feeling the breath moving the hands at the belly. Good. Now keep the hands here if you feel comfortable to, but drop any conscious breathing. And just notice this area underneath the hands. Does it feel warmer? Does it feel more energized? And maybe if we feel comfortable and safe to, we can explore and probe the area of our personal power. Below the hands in a different way. What is here? Perhaps feeling the hands against the warmth of your body, and then a more subtle sense below that of this place that you've chosen to focus on today. A sense of the fire in the belly. And as you tune into that, can you get a sense from here of how this year has felt for you? Can you let your awareness drift over some key moments from this past year? How did it start off for you? And as the course of the year progressed, did you make or maintain or strengthen a significant connection with someone? Did you go anywhere you really enjoyed visiting? Did you experience any losses? Any triumphs? Is there anything that you've purposefully rid yourself of? And how has your body been this year? And in your own way now, I invite you to allow these things to gather here, perhaps even creating a presence, a shape, or a form. Your year's experience so far, all gathering here for you to hold and contain. Your experience, your life, your feelings and thoughts all gathering here. And is there anything that disappointed you? Anything you wanted to achieve that didn't happen? Any surprises? Anything that did happen that you wanted to achieve? And let's own these as our experiences. Just allow this form to take shape here. Use your awareness to feel, see, and experience this. And breathe into it, allow it to exist, be here with every deep breath. And let's see if we can strengthen our relationship and ownership of these experiences. So we're going to state here now that we reclaim and recall all we've put into these experiences back to this moment. Call back all the disempowered thoughts. Call back all the control you've tried to have over the things you can't control. Call back the control you've tried to have over outcomes or trying to force solution or resolution. Call back all that energy and effort you've left with people, places, or things. Call it all back, own it, recall it. And call back all the great things too. All those things to re-empower you in this moment. Bringing it all back to the here and the now. And notice if you experience this, if you can notice this form and shape getting bigger, or maybe you feel sensations, tingles as you do this. I reclaim and recall all the energy and effort I've put in to all my experiences over the past year. All the people, places, and projects I've left it with. I call it all back to me now. I reclaim it. And as this returns, I invite you to allow this shape and form to take on the colour and vibrancy of a bright new sunrise, if that feels right for you. That glow of the bright new sun creeping over the horizon. A new light bringing you power, nourishment, and vibrancy. Powering your life ready for the next stage. And maybe we can fuel this light with the feeling of one or the many things that are going well in your life. Feeding those flames, fueling that fire. And allowing that glow to strengthen with the power of positivity. And take some deep breaths into this place, allowing that sunshine glow to grow and expand with every deep breath. With every in-breath, that light grows stronger and more powerful. And with every out-breath, it diffuses into your whole body. And let's continue to expand that into every corner of the body. Allowing this to reach every part of your being, so that all parts of you, all areas of your life feel confident and complete. Breathing that sense of strength, positivity, and power all throughout the body now. from the tips of the toes all the way to the top of the head, from fingertip to fingertip. Good. And if you feel comfortable to, next we will invite that origin of that light in the lower torso to start to trace an outline of our body, just sealing all that great stuff in. Starting at the very base of the body, of the torso. Imagine a miniature sun moving from here to the top of the inner left thigh. And it moves down the inner thigh and down the inner left leg all the way to the left foot. And that positive light you created traces the outline of your left foot, and then continues up the outer side of the left leg, the lower leg, the thigh, around the left hip, continues up the left side waist, tracing an outline of your body on the left side, to the armpits, down the inside of the left arm, tracing around each finger, and up the outside of the left arm, around the shoulder to the neck. And it traces a line around the left side of the head to the crown of the head. And now that light traces the line around the right side of the head and face to the neck and right shoulder. Then down the outside of the right arm to the right hand, tracing round each of the fingers. Then up the inner right arm to the armpit. Then this light traces your right side body from armpit to hip, down the right side waist. And traces the outline of your outside right leg to the ankle, tracing the outline of your right foot, and all the way up the inside of your right leg until it comes back to rest at its origins in your belly. Your body, your boundaries. And feeling all that strength and power sealed within you with this shining outline. Experiencing the body full up and outlined with this vibrant golden glow. Your complete and vibrant sense of self. Containing and retaining all that energy and power you have reclaimed for yourself. And breathe into the sense of the whole body here, framed, protected, strengthening your sense of self, your boundaries, and your life. And if the mind wanders, which it will, just bring it back to this sense of your reclaimed power, your sense of self. And just breathe and enjoy for a few moments. Basking in this golden glowing sense of you and your strength. And you've got through this year. And you've come so far. With this renewed sense of empowerment and trust. Allow next year to unfold as it will. And spending a few more moments here now. Good. And now let's just allow that experience to be however it was for us today, however easy or hard, and hopefully with a sense of renewed and reclaimed energy and power. And notice how you feel. And let's bring some deep breaths to the points of connection between the body and whatever we sit or lie on. And taking your time, taking some small intuitive movements, and only when you're ready, allowing your awareness to come back to the safety of the room. And if you're lying down, you'll gently push yourself back to sitting. And there's no rush. When you're ready, blink the eyes open. And so I hope you enjoyed the theme of this year's solstice practice of the sun returning in all its glory to us personally, to re-empower and reinvigorate us.